Vid day. Right now, it's the hard subject our children and drug abuse and alcohol abuse. And how many grandparents are actually raising their kids? Quite a few right now. Different reasons, not just substance abuse, but also economic problems, problems in general. There's personal problems, there's mental illness, there's so much that we could say could take a child from the biological parent. It doesn't have to be really bad and be very light, but it's the consistency of it that causes it. As you know, this is one of my sensitive subjects. I raise my grandsons. I technically do not raise the oldest one anymore because it's going to be 21. So he's able to do his own laundry, he cleans his own room, he fixes cars, he cooks, and he cleans. I mean, he helps around here. So he's an adult. The 15-year-old, you all know that he's been a problem. Can he help it? I think he can help some of it. You can't blame everything on mental illness. And this is one thing, I've always said that you can only blame so much on mental illness, and the rest of it, you have to be responsible anyway for your actions, the way you respond. You've got to get that under control. But you can't get it under control if you don't see a psychiatrist or a psychologist. You know, I don't believe in the counselors at mental health. Most of them are rookies. They're trying to get their degrees, and it's just really, really frustrating, especially for them to keep an appointment and for them to give advice that they know about. I want someone who has studied and knows, you know. It doesn't mean they're always right, but it at least means that they have a knowledge of what is what. And I know that. It is so hard to determine when tough love should begin and when tough love should not. Your child's personality is their personality by age 3 to 5. Through the tantrums, through some of the good behavior to obnoxious behavior, gives you an idea of a human being with their own self. Individual is what we call them, and it begins that young. By the time they're 10, oh, girls show it a little faster. Slamming the doors. Always picky with dresses, though, or outfits, whatever they prefer. They let you know right off. And they let you know they want to go to the mall. And they let you know when they don't like their hair. They let you know. Boys, I have found a little bit more quiet. Except for the ones that are extroverted and have some little issues that can be fixed. Very much so. Take some patience. Lost my patience. It's the 15 that did it. And Sally, at 15, it is legal to kick your child out if you cannot control him, because the state has no room for these kids. We have boys' homes, but they're dangerous. I won't ever put my child in a home. They put my daughter in one time, and oh my God. The person who was supposed to take care of her was doing heroin and had the kids sleep in a really filthy basement, hardly ever fed them. Mm. And the woman is getting paid by the state a good clump of $1,500 per child. Think about it. No extra clothes for the kids, no food, they're sleeping in a dirty basement, and she's banging heroin. Now, that's just an example. Now, the question is, why was your daughter in a holding house, foster group home? Long story and very sad. But I brought her home very many times. She ran away very many times. And then the tough love had to get kicked in. And hard. Some of my friends tried. I tried. She didn't. She couldn't. She's too sick. Is it an excuse? No. The mentally ill have it. It's tough. It really is. And, you have to be tough with them, and they refuse their medications, and you have to be tough with them. If they don't do this or they don't do that, I mean, it's just really a rotten circle of shit. I have depression like you would not believe. I have PTSD that I've had forever. And as they said, and well earned, damn it. Someone could have mimicked a lot of it. That was said to me. Someone overheard too much. Too much information is not good at kids, by the way. Don't do it. Spoken from someone who did. And is there truth to what's happening in my life right now? Or any parent or grandparent that's going through exactly what I'm going through? Oh God, there's truth to everything, There's their side and your side, and you pull and you tug, and it's really sad. And especially when their children are involved. The financial, the medical, I mean, I just wanted grandchildren that I could send home after I was done enjoying them. That's the big joke that grandparents have. It's a joke now than it used to be. It used to be the truth. But anymore, it's happening over and over again. And you always hope that the grandparent is good to the kid. I really do love my grandkids. It's been hard, believe me. Oh, has it been hard? Oh, with the oldest one. But we're dealing with night and day. I don't know exactly what happened to my two oldest kids, except that I was very young. I mean, incredibly young. I mean, you consider me a baby for how young I was when I started having children. And I did get married, but I was young. I needed someone to care for me as much as I needed someone to help me care for my baby. It was short. And so is my daughter. Short. Most beautiful kids I've ever seen them. Oh my gosh, all three of them. The third one caused a little bit emotional upset through puberty, and it stopped. What he does now in his private life is none of my business. He has no children. He has no significant other that he can hurt except himself. Should I be that way? Well, I can't stop him from doing things. He's a man. It's like I cannot stop my first oldest two from doing what they want to do because they're both adults. It's up to them to take responsibility, not up to me. Nobody knows what happened. And it's all sad and heartbreaking. And God knows I have been so mad. I have confronted that girl on film. Was it wrong? Yes. Absolutely. The frustration was amazing. On my behalf. But when you're dealing with somebody sick, or anybody well, happy, sad, making a bed about them, it's probably not a good idea. Because I do love all my three kids. I did do the best I can. I did not hurt them. And I adore my grandsons. So anyway, that's all I've got to say. And you know what? Let's look at each other as people, as parents, hang together, not rip each other apart.